Zordia! You couldn't have come at a better time. Do you have a moment to talk?
Sure. What would you like to talk about?
My thanks. You see, a foreign merchant approached the boutique with a proposal not long ago. Hancock.
Oh God. Hancock.
Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company. Perhaps you've heard of him. Ah, so you have a history. No wonder Mr. Tataru declared him unscrupulous and deserving of infinite caution. Though there is a risk in dealing with a man of such flexible principles, his knowledge of the Hingan markets would do much to bolster our efforts to make inroads in the Far East. But that is why, despite our misgivings, Mr. Tataru seeks to negotiate a partnership. But for some reason or another, he has requested you to be present at their meeting in Kugane. I realize business negotiations are not your forte, but we would be most grateful if you'd indulge this request. Of course, there is also the matter of our secret mission.
I got you. Do I get to see Hien? Probably not.
Once it has been fully restored, this gorgeous sapphire will serve as the centerpiece of Mr. Tataru's necklace. I hope that one day she may look upon it as a memento of not only her mother, but of her many dear friends and allies. Perhaps during your visit to Kugane, fortune shall favor us with the discovery of an additional treasure to grace her keepsake. In any case, I believe that covers everything. Mr. Tataru shall meet you at the Ruby Bazaar in Kugane. I wish you a safe journey.
We just chillin', we sittin' and waitin'. Sitting here, I'm dwelling on the things and
Zordia, I'm so glad you could make it.
I am equally thrilled by your arrival, though I expect I must apologize for the sudden invitation.
Yes, you should, but more importantly, I'd like to know what the scheme is and how you intend to involve us.
Oh my, so quick to assume the worst. Why is she so precious? While I would love nothing more than to lay bare all my dirty little secrets, 'twould be prudent to discuss my proposal first. Loath though I am to admit it, a draper's shop but recently launched by the company has not been well received by the locals. Our intention was to promote the sale of imported apparel woven by the ZorDon Weavers Guild. Alas, and I didn't read the rest of that because I accidentally tapped it. So we rethought our strategy. We would produce Hingan couture, but with world-renowned Ulden silks. Kimono, as they are the favored choice of wear in the Far East. Why can't I read today? Or rather, that was our plan until our seamstress fell ill. It was as I faced the unpleasant decision of abandoning this venture entirely that I chanced to hear of Tataru's boutique, and the assorted Far Eastern-style equipment they had to offer.
You're referring to our samurai and ninja-inspired sets of armor, yes?
Indeed, by putting your exemplary goods on display, the East Aldenard Trading Company would demonstrate that we, a Western trader, are capable of making garments suited to the needs of our local patrons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have been informed that you wish to establish a foothold in Hingashi and East Othard. What better way to make your Kugane debut than to have us showcase your quality wares?
It is not without its appeal, I admit. The perfect venue to gauge interest in our goods.
Isn't it just? If I may take your grudging concession as a sign of interest, perhaps we can discuss the finer points of my proposed partnership.
Oh, we'll be discussing it at length. But I've yet to see how any of this would require Zordia's involvement.
Indeed, I was just about to get to that part. Not long ago, I crossed paths with a group of certain someones who were eager to call on Zordia again. I found myself quite taken with them, charming as they were, that I felt compelled to facilitate this reunion. Of course, one can never collect too many favors. Is this the Four Lords? Alas, I know that you are predispositioned to question the motives behind any invitation from the East Aldenard Trading Company, and with good cause, I concede. So instead, invited you here under the guise of assisting Tataru with a boutique-related affair. I hope you will forgive the deception. Rest assured that you shall be rewarded for your aid in this matter, with your choice of recompense. Just before your arrival, I took the liberty of informing my new acquaintances that you would soon be making landfall on these shores. They asked that you meet them at Sakazuki in the Ruby Sea as soon as you are able. I believe it is a matter of some urgency, so if you could travel there forthwith.
Sure, let's go.
Excellent! I leave them in your capable hands.
Don't worry, I'm no stranger to Hancock's tricks. I'll make sure not to agree to anything until we've settled every last detail. Just do what you need to do, and return when you can.
Sure, Tataru.
Apologies, Zordia. I pray you have not been waiting long.
Hey, ZorDon.
You look surprised. Did Hancock not tell you who requested your aid? But never mind that. I am simply glad that you are here. How have you been? Well, my training as the next Genbu continues apace. I must tell you, my friend, each day has been more trying than the last. Why, just the other day, the Auspicious placed 99 wasabi-filled takoyaki on a platter before me, and instructed me to divine which single ball out of the entire batch was not filled with the dreadful spice.
That sounds like a fun game. I would play that. Wasabi is delicious, but whoo! Your sinuses.
Training to sharpen my foresight, they claimed, but it felt more akin to torture. By the end, I was reduced to a dithering sea turtle swimming in a puddle of my own tears. Bah! Get to the point already, Soroban! Gah! I was just about to arrive at it! Ahem! Come, my friends, show yourselves!
Hey, they're all here!
It has been some time, Zordia.
I am relieved to see you in good health. I understand you have been through a great deal.
Your concern is unwarranted. This is the woman who quelled our Amitama and inherited Tenzin's legacy. There is no trial she cannot overcome.
You misunderstand me, my brother. That, or you deliberately insinuate that I lack faith in Zordia's capabilities.
Enough. We are indebted ourselves to the merchant to obtain this meeting. Let us not distract ourselves with this nonsense and get to the heart of the matter.
Very well. You may not know this, but Senri's craving for dango often brings her to Kugane. It was during such a visit that she spied a suspicious individual on Kogane Dori. A man who not only wore raiments identical to Tenzin's, but who also claimed to be his long-lost descendant.
This descendant was selling good luck charms utterly devoid of benediction. His ploy is plain. He uses Tenzin's name to trick fools into buying his rubbish.
Any who would dare sully Tenzin's name shall face my wrath. My flames will cleanse him of his sin and burn his soul to ash.
Too merciful a punishment, I say. I shall personally render unto him every pain imaginable.
By the Kami, is it possible they have both succumbed to the Arimitama once more?
No, they're just really protective of Tenzin.
Ahem! The charlatan boasts of more than an esteemed heritage. He also claims to have the four lords at his beck and call. Insulting, yes, but I would still rather resolve this without flames and torture. But having lived apart from men for so long, I fear we may be ill-equipped to do so on our own. Hence why we have turned to you for assistance. You needn't agree to anything just yet, but why don't we all at least seek out this descendant and take his measure ourselves?
I beg your pardon. Putting myself aside, the three of you approaching any settlement, let alone one as large as Kugane, would surely cause an uproar.
Calm yourself, Soroban. You forget we are the four lords. 'Tis a trifling matter to assume a less conspicuous disguise.
Let us convene in Kugane. Soroban is to go first, while we three shall make our own approach separately to avoid attracting
undue attention, just in case.
Oh! They didn't. They didn't. Wait, I'm a little sad that Byako and Seiryu have the same outfit.
Long has it been since I walked the streets of a city of this size. I did so once to visit a tea house with Tenzin. I accompanied him in disguise. How my heart raced at the thrill and joy of it, till a priest saw through my glamour, or the commotion that followed.
Do not think I haven't noticed you eyeing my costume. You must know I acquired it during my travels in the West. I'm rather fond of its soft and fluffy texture. We met Hancock by pure chance, recognizing us as the auspices of legend. He said he wished to help us out of the kindness of his heart. I almost believed him. It would seem we have managed to arrive with little fuss, but only the Kami know how long our presence will remain secret. Again, with the needless worrying, our disguises are perfect. We could have used our power to assume the form of men, but those of keen eye would be able to discern our true nature. The costumes were an innocuous alternative. There is nothing innocuous about them.
Senri said she found the swindler on Kogane Dori, yes? Let us head there at once.
You made it to the end
before the cutscene.
Gather around, friends, gather round! As you have no doubt surmised from my crimson armor, I'm the proud descendant of Tenzin, the famous hero of Eld, who once slew an entire host of fearsome Oni. But do not take my word for it, behold! In this hand I hold Tenzin's beloved katana, the Phoenix Blade. I don't know what it looks like, but if he's got the Phoenix Blade, then he must be who he claims. Idiots! The true blade has remained in our care since Tenzin's passing.
Something seems off.
I see there is some who remain unconvinced. Very well, you leave me no choice. Allow me to introduce to you my sworn allies, the Four Lords. Oh dear, I'm almost afraid to look. That's your signal. I expect my money's worth. Introducing Genbu, the Turtle Auspice and Foreseer of Calamity. Suzaku, the Avian Auspice and Master of the Flames of Resurrection. Seiryu, the Dragon Auspice and Devourer of young maidens?
Like, what kind of devouring we talking about? Last but not least adorable, we have Byako, the small and fluffy feline auspice. I want this.
Why am I alone, a cuddly creature? Surely he could have hired a Hrothgar or Mikochi to portray me. At least he didn't slander your character, devourer of young maidens. Pah! What is this rabble? All who've heard the tale of Tenzin know that the Four Lords are beasts, not three mummers and a cat. These are the glamoured forms. They assume so they may roam the realms of men undiscovered. Surely you can imagine the chaos that would ensue if they went about undisguised. Even so, there's no way they'd wear such ridiculous outfits.
And the actual Four Lords.
And yet, here they are, dressed in far worse.
This is great.
This farce is infuriating. I will not abide him making mock of the bonds we shared with Tenzin. We are of one mind, my sister. He must be silenced. Does Tenzin even have a descendant? There was nothing in the legends about him fathering any children. But there was mention of one who loved him more dearly than life itself. I, the woman to whom I owe my storied lineage, is none other than the sublime crimson beauty standing before you, Suzaku.
Oh, they making some fan fiction now.
Let him speak. Perhaps he is not wholly deserving of immolation.
She's a fan of this ship.
Bah, how easily your rage is quelled. Having proven my ancestry to your satisfaction, my lords and ladies, I bid you partake of my good fortune, for I have auspicious wares to share with you today. Tenzin put countless Oni to the sword long ago, 'tis true, but only by the grace of these miraculous good luck charms.
Bro, what a scam.
Just one will confer unto you all manner of fortune. Good health, a happy family, scholarly achievements, financial success, romantic fulfillment, and much, much more. But that's not all. Purchase a charm now, and I'll even throw in a stylish strap featuring a Four Lords design of your choosing. My stock is limited, so be sure to buy while supplies last. I'll take 2, no 10!
Sus. So sus. Sus.
My blood boils to see Tenzin's good name used in this manner. As does mine. We cannot sit idly by and allow this to continue.
So what are we gonna do?
I think our purveyor of good fortune is in need of a proper scare. Are you convinced as well, Zordia?
Facts, Godsend. Facts.
Lest you worry, despite his preposterous depiction of me, I have no intention of harming the swindler.
Really? Are you sure?
That so many would fall for such an obvious deception. No matter the age, mortals see only that which they wish to. He is a most persuasive and cunning adversary. I was very nearly convinced I had given birth to Tenzin's child. He seemed quite pleased with himself as he packed up his stall. Business was good, no doubt. How should we proceed? With care and preparation. We all saw how deftly he countered accusations of fraud. A more clever approach is needed. We must limit his ability to spin more lies. Have you any ideas, Zordia?
I could present myself as Tenzin's true descendant. The presence of the four lords should be more than enough to convince him. Oh ho ho ho! Indeed, our very existence alone is enough to prove his claims false. That is settled. You shall play the role of Tenzin's true descendant, and we shall accompany you. With us at your side, the impostor will have no choice but to confess his crimes. Still, we would be wise to prepare for his contingencies. With me, Soroban, we make for race and temple. Then it is up to us to find and confront the swindler. As you are familiar with the city, I bid you lead the way. Speak with Suzaku when you are ready. Must track him down before he dishonors us further with his insipid trinkets.
His customers may have seen where he went, so let us begin by questioning them.
I would also know more of its true identity. Of all the heroes of legend, why claim Tenzin's name? The answer may help us stop him without resorting to violence, since some of you apparently lack the stomach for it. Suzaku and Seiri, they're accompanying me! I love it when they accompany me.
Senri made mention of a wonderful tea house she frequents to feed her dango addiction. She is kind enough to bring back a portion to us at the temple after every visit. I know, rice dumplings have naught to do with our purpose. But should we find a spare moment, know that I am particularly fond of Mitarashi dango.
I love Mitarashi dango. You pet cat, I pet Tataru. This experience brings to mind the days when we traveled with Tenzin. Never one to sit still, he would pursue every opportunity for adventure, heedless of the trouble that would invariably follow for us all. I gather you are cut from the same cloth.
Kami be praised! I have met Tenzin's descendant, and get this good luck charm besides. What a fool I was to doubt him. He who commands the four lords of legend. As long as I have this, fortune shall surely shine upon me. Oh, has my good luck charm caught your eye? If you wanted one yourself, you were sadly out of luck. The merchant selling them said that was the last of his stock. I did not think he would be able to acquire more. But if you wish to hear it from him, he was headed towards Tasogare Bridge.
Tasogare means twilight.
You will know him by his attire. I swear he was the spitting image of Tenzin from the storybooks.
She speaks of yonder bridge, does she not? Others may have taken note of our quarry as he passed. Okay. Have I seen a man claiming to be Tenzin's descendant? The one who was selling good luck charms by the dozen, you mean? No, he didn't come by this way. But Kami, give me strength. I'll never understand how some can be so gullible. Let us continue our search elsewhere.
Well, look who it is!
Oh god, it's Gyodo.
Squeak, squeak.
It has been quite some time. What brings you to Kugane this eve? A hawker claiming to be Tenzin's descendant, probably Issue. I saw him not long ago, yes.
You know him?
My peculiar and suspicious friend. There is no merchant in Kugane who hasn't heard of that entrepreneur. He's made a fortune masquerading as Tenzin's heir. It's a brilliant scheme, very profitable. Tried to get in on it myself, but the Baron will suffer no competition.
Who is this Baron of whom you speak?
The soy sauce one, who else? Kageyama.
From Haikyuu?
A dangerous man, yes, with fingers in every pie. I fear him almost as much as I envy him.
Their deception must be exposed. What can you tell us about Issue? How many times do I have to teach the Baron the same lesson?
Oh, you've had dealings with him, have you? If you know, then you know. Issue, on the other hand, is still something of an enigma. A skilled seamster. Dedicated to his craft, yet he partnered with Kageyama. I never would have guessed he had it in him.
There is more to this than meets the eye. We must investigate further. Have you any idea where Issue may have gone?
You want information? Yes. I want coin. Give me coin and I give you information.
That can be arranged if you are willing to journey to Race and Temple. Our friend Furi can escort you.
A temple? And one I've never heard of at that. Wait, is it the sort of place where mortals fear to tread and malevolent spirits do dwell?
Malevolent spirits? No, just a somewhat ominous crystal.
I'll take your word for it. As for Issue, he came to me and requested passage to the Isle of Beko, where he was to rendezvous with Kageyama. I refused. Better to not involve myself in the Baron's affairs, you understand.
Gyodo, was it? You have our thanks. We shall fulfill our end of the bargain. You need not fear.
What a happy fishy.
There is no time to waste. I shall have a messenger instruct Byako and Soroban to meet us at the Isle.
We
We are the first to arrive.
Ishu and Kageyama will want to keep away from prying eyes. Somewhere near these rocks, perhaps. Let us take cover and eavesdrop on their conversation when they join us.
Oh, it's this guy.
Gah! A fine day's work, Ishu. It pays to have fools for customers.
Master Kageyama, please, this cannot continue. I shudder to think how the Four Lords would react if they learn of our crimes.
Remind me, who was it who delivered you from a life of destitution after you lost your job as a seamster? Pray tell, who?
You, Master Kageyama, and I am forever grateful for your help, which my family would be without house and home. But even so, what we are doing is wrong.
Want to wash your hands of this dirty, dirty business and be a seamster again, is that it? But once the truth comes out, and I would see that it does, who would dare to trust you? No, Ishu, you're going to continue the act, or you and your kin will starve in the streets.
Damn. This poor kid.
So that is the way of it. Ishu was coerced by Kageyama into this performance, and for his family's sake could not stop.
But we put the fear of the kami into Kageyama. Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, music? Why does this sound like Persona?
Who are you? And why are you wearing such ridiculous outfits?
Oh, it's this song.
Hearken to me, mortal. I will suffer you to sully Tenzin's name no longer. Defy me, and you shall not like the consequences.
Heh! Sully Tenzin's name, you say? His flesh and blood are free to do with as they please, unless you can prove that Ishu's not in fact his descendant. I suggest you get out of my sight.
Then prove it we shall.
Oh?
Zordia, here! It is time we revealed our true selves to these mortals.
Bro, instill fear into these men. And bring them into a different plane.
Kami Forfend!
I forgot his voice.
It cannot be.
Yeah, bro. Are you sure you want to fight us? Dude, we look cool. I should have been samurai for this. I should have been Sam for this. The bard thing looks a little weird.
That flame-kissed katana you hold in your hands. Is that the Phoenix Blade? For the crimes you have wrought in Tenzin's name, your punishment will be severe indeed. Beg not for mercy. Take heart, my dears. I shall make your deaths painless. Hearken to my melody. There's no turning back. Steel yourselves.
Dude, this is totally overkill at the moment.
Ah! Somebody! Anybody! Help me!
He lost his accent.
What was that? Not only do you possess the Phoenix Blade, but the Four Lords themselves stand at your side. Tell me, are you Tenzin's descendant? Please have mercy, I beg of you. I vow to never use the name of your ancestor. You have my word. It is thanks to Furi that we made it here in time. Now we can rest easy in the knowledge that Kageyama's schemes has been ended. A mere illusion and the man loses his head. Some baron he is. You look every bit as dignified as Tenzin did in his day. The Phoenix Blade suits you. I do not blame Master Kageyama for fleeing in terror, yet as odd as it sounds, I do not feel as though you meant me harm. At Tenzin's behest, I once played the role of a ferocious tiger to frighten the peoples of a village and drive them to flee before they were buried in a landslide. He took part in the deception as well, but to be honest, your acting put us to shame. Have you considered auditioning at the Mujikoza theater? Honored lords and lady, and descendant of Tenzin, I know not how to make amends for my sins. Though actions speak louder than words, I wish to say that I am truly sorry. Man or beast, we all make mistakes. I am told you are a master seamster. I might not go so far as to say master, but with my skill I managed to put food on the table. And perhaps I shall have a word with an old friend.
That can wait, Soroban. We must escort this young man to a safer location. This is far enough. It is past time we returned home.
We are once more in your debt. It is because of you that this affair could be concluded before Tenzin's reputation suffered irreparable harm. Thank you, Zordia.
I got you. I wish I was Sam, though. Now that you are no longer bound to Kagayama, what will you do?
Well, I know I must take responsibility for my actions. I will confess my crimes to the Sekisei-gumi. After I'm released from my imprisonment, I shall take up an honest trade once more, and not rest until I have repaid each and every victim of my deception. Ah yes, I had been meaning to tell you, but I will let Hancock explain when he arrives shortly. Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Ah, speak of the devil! And the urchin girl came as well. It has been far too long.
Aw, you're looking green as ever, Soroban of the Blue. And once again, Genbu. That's Tataru. Tataru. Though I'm sure I'll have to remind you next time, too.
Oh, that rhymed.
You are Ishu, the seamster Soroban spoke of, yes? If it is gainful employment you seek, the East Aldenhard Trading Company would be thrilled to hire one of your expertise to work at our draper shop. The seamster in our service fell ill. We've been looking for a replacement.
Wow, this works out perfectly.
I have no words. I'm grateful truly, but I cannot accept, for once I confess my crimes to the Sekisei-gumi, they will surely imprison me for a time. Ah yes, the Sekisei-gumi. I had a chat with them not long ago. They are aware that the scheme was contrived by Kagayama, and that you too are one of his victims. You'll be required to assist them in their investigation, of course, but you needn't steel yourself for even a brief incarceration.
Aww.
Hancock, you have our thanks for calling Zordia to our aid. Oh, no, not at all. I am pleased to have been of service.
I don't trust Hancock still. Still don't trust him.
I have not forgotten our arrangement, Zordia. Have you decided upon a reward?
For Tataru!
Oh, how that warms the heart. A material to help restore the keepsake of a dear friend. I have just the thing. I won't spoil the surprise now, but do look forward to it.
I suppose we'd better return to the city, but before that, you could have called upon me too, you know. It's not like I wasn't part of the whole saving the ruby sea from becoming consumed by roaring flames endeavor or anything.
Oh, forgive us, Tataru. We assumed you were busy. That, and you did struggle mightily to help Zordia restrain Soroban that one time, so there was some concern that you might prove a liability should it come to blows. Nevertheless, we will take your words to heart. Perhaps we should assume our guises and walk among men more often. It was a refreshing change of pace on the whole. I would not be against it. We were in a bit of a rush on this occasion, but with a longer visit we might better appreciate men's curious ways. I have no doubt we shall meet again, but pray the time comes sooner than later.
You and me both.
I'll be sure to stop by the temple later.
You know you are always welcome. The others will be thrilled to see you and Tataru both.
Ta-ta! Ru. Tataru! Hey, he's getting some gainful employment. We getting what we want. Everyone's happy. Ah, that's a good picture. And I couldn't take it. Damn.
Now then, I say we resume Soroban's training upon our return to the temple. Must we so soon? You did well to apprise Hancock of Ishu's predicament. He may now make amends by putting his talents to good use and continue to provide for his family. Indeed, 'twas behavior befitting one destined to become the next Genbu. The road is long, but we doubt not that you are worthy, and so we want only to encourage you to reach your full potential. If that's how you all feel, then I have little choice but to do my best. I can hardly believe that the Sekisei-gumi only wish to question me. Master Hancock must have a way with words. Speaking of which, I believe he and Mistress Tataru will be joining us shortly. Ishu, you will be pleased to know that I've finished making arrangements for your immediate employment. May our profits soar, that you may give your family the life they deserve. Master Hancock, I do not deserve such kindness. I will do my best to earn my keep. I want you to know that I intend to work hard to make up for the many mistakes that I've made. It's not much, but I prepared a gift for you as an expression of my gratitude. A set of garments that I made before I was embroiled in Master Kagayama's schemes.
The lords and ladies of Kugane once held my work in high regard, and I hope you will as well.
Oh? I get an outfit? You will also find a little something from me included within, a well-deserved reward.
Wait, what exactly did you give Zordia?
Payment for introducing the East Aldenard Trading Company to prospective new clients. What else?
I can't say I'm surprised. He would try to peddle goods to the four lords themselves, but still, have you no shame? Regardless, now's as good a time as any to inform Zordia of the results of our deliberations. Said result being, we have agreed to an official partnership with the East Aldenard Trading Company, one which I will exploit with all its worth to make Taru's boutique a household name in Kugane.
For my part, I pray this is the start of a mutually beneficial partnership.
To business. I would have a tour of this draper's shop of yours immediately, if you don't mind. Sorry to cut things short, Zordia, but time is money, and I have precious little to spare. Once you've seen to any other unresolved matters you have here, I'll be grateful if you'd return to Old Charlian and inform Magina of our new arrangement.
I got you.
Welcome back. Negotiations with Master Hancock were fruitful, I hope. Well, I expected nothing less from you and Mistress Tataru. As for Mr. Tataru's necklace, you say Master Hancock slipped a gift into the parcel he received from Ishu, yes? May I have a look? My goodness, what a stunning set of garments! They certainly offer a taste of the Far East. As for the item Master Hancock set aside for Mr. Tataru's necklace, by the sisters, a black pearl! Do you have any idea how rare these are? They can only be harvested from black-lipped oysters in the Ruby Sea. I cannot be certain until it has been incorporated into the necklace, but I believe the darker shade will serve as a contrast to the brilliant sapphire centerpiece and make it stand out even more. To part with such a precious treasure, Master Hancock is either very wealthy or very well connected, or both.
Both.
We would do well to maintain a good relationship with the East Aldenard Trading Company. But that is the boutique's concern. After all you've done for us, I am sure you want nothing more than a good rest. Thank you again for your continued assistance. Well, next we discover a client we'd like to add to our ever-growing list. I hope we can count on your assistance once more.
Ooh! Oh, shoot, that's this! Oh my. Well.